When it comes to money and scamming, YouTube is the #1 spot for people like me to come and spot out the big dogs and let you know what they're really doing with their audience's money. And you can count on me for calling out shitty Patreons and GoFundMe campaigns that are just complete scams. Onision is the catch of today's video because he isn't simply just asking for money. He's asking for money because he is strictly addressing the fact that he's not very financially stable right now, going through a situation with financing and tax. Now, if you were, let's say, $300,000 in debt, what would you do? Would you sell one of 2 houses that you own? Would you sell a lot of your expensive items and computers that you don't actually use or particularly require in your day-to-day life? Or would you just ask your audience to pay it all for you so you wouldn't have to do anything that requires effort? It's safe to say Onision isn't gaining what he used to, with his audience completely depleting by probably about 80 or 90%, but somehow there are idiots that still support him, and if you're one of those people, hello, stop.
Oh, you big head on the wheel.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Hello, I'm BluesDank, and today we're going to be discussing YouTube's most notorious spastic, and his name is Onision.
Struggle, really, like, pretty intense struggle. Desperation, I can maybe survive.
I will not be able to survive without fan support.
Help me survive. Survive.
Onision has made, well, multiple videos on why he isn't financially stable, explaining his financial obstacles and reasons why he's without any money at all. There was an issue not long ago where he had announced that none of his YouTube ad revenue had been taxed, meaning he owed the government a fair amount of money, as if you haven't seen Onision's channel, he's garnered a lot of views over his tenure, which is a big issue. You should really be paying your taxes regardless who you are and how much you earn. You should always be paying taxes, and avoiding that can always bite you in the arse, which is clearly done for Onision. It would make sense for Onision to complain about this because it's a lot of money. He's in a big fucking ditch right now, and it's nice of him, in a sense, to say to his audience, don't fuck up like I have. Only issue I have with Onision is the fact that he's still asking for money. He's gone out of his way to tell his audience, yes, I'm in this situation, it's not very good for me, I need a lot of money. Give me some money, please. It wouldn't be as bad for him to ask if he didn't have 2 houses already. One that he uses strictly for a recording studio. And I don't know if you've seen the quality of Onision's videos or what the type of content he creates, but this is it.
This is what it looks like when I dance for you.
Well, everybody has a camera phone, so how could they tell the difference?
Gives the blood, saves the life.
It's just you and me.
Yeah, I don't really understand why you need a separate house, maybe for the cleaning up process, but maybe you should just not cover yourself in cream and jam and jelly and shit. Make normal fucking videos, like me. Hello. There was a video released by his partner on her Patreon. In fact, I think it might have been on his Patreon as well, of their house tour. And she discusses computers and different rooms that they just simply do not use, where Greg, or Onision, could actually put these places up for rent. He has so much space that he could just put these places up for rent. Now, there's no proof or solid evidence that he actually owes this money to the government, or this amount of money to the government. So, him asking for money is a bit weird and slightly shady still, because his audience don't actually know whether he's making it up or not. I don't believe him. I personally think that he might own a little bit, but the government would just leave him with a slap on the wrist, and that's that. I feel like he's gotten away with it, and he's just going to keep bringing in that money. I mean, his YouTube content was paid for, what, a couple months back? Wouldn't surprise me. Him pulling shady shit like that wouldn't surprise me. His relevance is dying, and he's doing whatever he can to get the last bit of money out of those who still watch him. Now, I'm going to pass this video over to Quite. He got a bit angry, actually. More angry than I am, which is kind of surprising. He's going to be going into this a bit more, so make sure you subscribe to him. His link will be in the description and in the end cards at the end of the video. Yeah. Go on then, Quite.
Hi there, I'm Quite. Something about me, you see, is that I'm usually a little bit self-censored. That way I can avoid getting blowback from YouTube over on my channel. Subscribe, by the way. Also, follow me on Twitter at Quite. But since this is Dankman's channel, and he'll get all the backlash from this, I can go as hard as I fucking want. Now, sometimes when someone needs help with money, for a lot of people, it can be difficult to set aside their pride so that they can ask the people around them for help. Whether that's friends, family, or otherwise. Some people feel guilty that they have to ask for help and ashamed that they can't support themselves. When in reality, it's a good thing to recognize that it's okay to let other people help you back on your feet. Which is why I despise when people have no shame in asking others for money and lie about needing it. It just makes it harder for the people who truly need help to be seen as credible. Onision, for example. The guy's a hypocrite, everybody knows it, nobody's surprised. The guy's manipulative, everybody knows it, nobody's surprised. So this clusterfuck he's doing right now isn't out of the ordinary from what we've seen of him at all, and it makes me want to projectile vomit even more. And if he is truly struggling like he says he is, then there are several things he can do to alleviate some of that struggle. He can sell one of his 2 houses. He literally has a second house that he uses as a studio. It just seems like a hassle to drive back and forth. I'd rather just sit in one place. Speaking of which, he could sell that really nice Tesla that he's using to drive back and forth. Maybe that would help, I don't know. In a house tour his wife gave, she says that they literally have a spare computer lying around that neither of them use.
There's even a computer that no one uses. Is that even hooked up to anything? Probably not.
So Onision, why don't you sell a bunch of the stuff that you don't use and all of your luxury products to help relieve some of the strain from your predicament? Onision says he doesn't want to downgrade his lifestyle, but that's exactly what he should be doing. Whether or not you're getting money from others to help you, if your financial situation is looking bad, you should be making your lifestyle as cost-effective as possible. It's common sense. It's a sacrifice you have to make to help yourself in the long run, especially if you're gonna ask your fans for money when you don't need it, and in turn discrediting those who actually do. BluesDank, please take this back. I don't want this guy's name in my mouth anymore.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Quite's segment. Subscribe to him if you haven't already. His channel link is in the description and will be at the end cards. I actually have a Patreon, which is really weird that I keep plugging my Patreon, which is really bad. The rewards are shit. I've fucked up on it. It's fucking annoying to keep up with. It keeps glitching out, telling me I'm getting the wrong amount, and some people aren't supporting me when they actually are. So, thank you very much for my Patreons. So, I'm going to be reading out the Patreon now. So, I've got Madeline, Chrissy, King Oliver. Alright, Double Aaron. How's it going, mate? You pledged. Hello. Oh, dear. Pi, Pivot, I'm never going to be able to spell you. I'm never going to be able to read your name. And Sarah is there. And Krusty Games. Thank you very much for watching and supporting my videos. It means a lot, apart from maybe one of you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, shout out to Quite for helping me with this video. It means a lot. Thank you very much for watching. Go away.
Above me and write all of those rhymes down, 'cause it's about time that you started living life now. Cheer the fuck up, you beautiful loser. Sincerely signed, you from the future.